Happy Nurses Week. My name is Melissa Evans. I'm a recruiter with Atlas MedStaff, and I just wanted to share my experience of how thankful I am for nurses like you. In October of 2020, my husband started to feel sick. We weren't sure what was going on. By mid-November, he was suffering from dizziness, confusion. He was tired all the time. He ended up going to the doctor in the beginning of December, and they kind of brushed it off as anxiety and gave him a new medication. Come January and February, he was still getting sicker and sicker. He started getting dizzy. He would start to lose his vision from time to time. We went back to the hospital again, and he was in the emergency room, and they thought that he had migraines. So we left, and he still wasn't getting any better. One day we were walking through Wal-Mart, and we just so happened to pass the carbon monoxide detectors. And when we did, I asked him if he had a carbon monoxide detector at work, and he said he did not. So we bought one, just trying to rule things out, trying to figure out what was causing him to be sick. We had thought maybe allergies. He plugged in the carbon monoxide detector and left work for the day. When he went in the next morning, the carbon monoxide detector was going off. He was still feeling extremely sick. He was dizzy and blacking out that morning. I took him to Hartford Hospital, where he was taken into the emergency room. Because it was COVID, I was not allowed to go in with him, leaving him completely confused, not knowing what was really going on. It was really hard on me having to walk away. I sat outside in front of Hartford Hospital, and this was in April of 2021, crying because I didn't know if he was going to be okay. While I was sitting there crying, there was a nurse that stopped, and she asked me if I was okay. And I told her what was going on. She then went into the hospital and found him for me and checked on him and found that he was okay. She then came out and told me what was going on, what they were doing, and helped me find a place that I could sit because it was cold and raining that day. So she found me an empty waiting room where I could wait for him. I eventually did hear from him later on. He was on oxygen for several hours. I don't know who that nurse was. I was so upset that day. I didn't take down her name, but I'm so thankful for her for stopping when she didn't have to. She is the reason why nurses are appreciated so much. She did everything she could to help a person she didn't know. So if you are the nurse from April of 2021 at Hartford Hospital that stopped to make sure I was okay, thank you. I appreciate you. So my husband is recovering very well now. It took about 6 months for him to finally start feeling like himself again. He still struggles and has days that are worse than others, but over the past 3 to 6 months, we've seen significant improvement. It's been a little over a year since he was diagnosed with carbon monoxide poisoning. Thank you to the nurses that cared for my husband, making his recovery better, for seeing him through it, and to all the nurses that he's still seeing when he goes to appointments. Thank you for everything that you've done. We don't know if he would be here today if it wasn't for the care that you gave him. I appreciate every nurse who takes their time to care for their patients, and to all the nurses that are working every day, endless hours. We appreciate everything that you have done.